It is a Christmas miracle. As most of you may have seen, that expenses from payroll protection program proceeds are now deductible. If you watched our last video, you'll know that the IRS was digging in their heels saying, nope. Revenue ruling 2020-27 said, hey, we're digging our heels and that the expenses are not deductible, therefore you have to reduce it. Congress has acted, so give credit where credit is due. I said, hey, call your congressman, leave them a note, send them an email. Now they have acted. So give credit where credit is due. Like I said, Congress did something and went with their intent of the original CARES Act of Section 1106, where it said, hey, this is not going to be included in gross income. Now what it says on the latest relief law, per the books, no deduction shall be denied or reduced. No tax attribute shall be reduced. No basis increase shall be denied by reason of exclusion from gross income provided by the loan forgiveness provision that says forgiven PPP loans will not count as income. A Christmas miracle for a lot of business owners that were wondering, what are we going to do? We spent all this money and now we don't have the money to pay the tax. So, rejoice. It is not taxable. So, it is considered a gift from the government, a grant. What it isn't is gross income. What it isn't is tax-exempt income. It is a gift. Good news. Second round PPP. What is new? The government is going to issue round 2 of PPP. Out of the $900 billion stimulus package of COVID, $284 billion has been set aside for PPP round 2. There is a particular correct name for this, but round 2 sounds easier, and if you look it up on Google, that's what everyone else calls it too. It does have a smaller threshold, and just like round 1, round 2 will be forgivable too, and they got the right language in on this one too, meaning it will be deductible for expenses. So, what is the smaller threshold? 300 employees or less. The first round was 500, and there's going to be a gross receipts test. What this is, they're going to look at your 2019 income on a quarter by quarter basis. The gross receipts, the money you bring in the door. To be eligible for the loan, your gross receipts have to be 25% lower in 2020 comparatively than 2019. For example, in quarter 3 of 2020, you're going to have to show that in quarter 19, your gross receipts have fallen from 19 to 20 by 25%. How much of the loan are you going to be able to get back, or get for a loan? Same as round 1, 2.5 times monthly payroll. So figure your average payroll cost multiplied by 2.5, you'll get the loan amount, but they have a provision for restaurants. Those are in food service. They don't have to multiply by 2.5. They multiply by 3.5. One of the hardest hit industries in America because of the COVID-19 crisis. So Congress carved out a spot for them. Maximum loan amount is $2 million. When will this occur? When will it go online? Some experts say at the American Institute of CPAs, probably next week. It's a lot to get around, but the foundation's already been set there with the banks and the SBA. So I hope those businesses in need get the funding that they can and do need. Some of the other provisions, some industries that were excluded from the first round of PPP, round 1, now included. So welcome to the game. Some of those are our friends in the 501c6 non-for-profit world. Those are now eligible, but make sure you don't use 15% of your funding in lobbying activities. Next thing of point of interest, even though there's documents for loan forgiveness of sign and it's forgiven, you better retain your documents. I'm a huge fan. Just don't sign. You better have the documents in your possession, regardless if you think you're going to get audited or not. Why? To be honest with you, I'm not doing very many loans for people with $2 million. but much smaller. But bear in mind, in the latest legislation, there has been some money carved out to the SBA to do testing. They call it testing. I call it auditing of smaller loan amounts. So those of us that have smaller loan amounts in the small business world still retain your documents, still run your payroll summaries like you've had, and use this thing for payroll. Also in the provision is $600 stimulus check. Remember the $1,200 stimulus check we received in the spring? This is another one, and straight from USA Today, they state this measure contains a $600 direct payment to Americans who earned up to $7,500 in 2019. Double that for our friends that are married, and that's less than $1,200 approved in March. But provide $600 per child, up to $500 last spring, and you should be receiving that shortly. The size of the benefit, if you make greater than that single amount, $75,000, or married filing joints, $150,000, will be reduced. The amount that will be reduced is $5 for every $100 of income that you're over that amount. There is no cap for the number of children you have, so a family of 4 would receive $2,400. So that's big stuff. When is that going to be sent? The government says, or will, or begin sending those direct payments to Americans next week. The Treasury Secretary says. So keep the lookout on that. Keep posted with the news. Thanks for watching. Quick update today, but big stuff happening this week right before Christmas. Guys, stay safe out there. Merry Christmas.